Welcome, citizens. Cheddar is here. So, yes, when last we left, I was having thunderstorms and electrical problems. It is hard to play video games without, dependable electricity. Let's just say that. So... we're just gonna forget that that day happened. And... yeah, if you're gonna give me 30 frames per second, might as well have high clouds on. CPU is pegged at 100%. So, if I had a better CPU, this would all improve. Someday. I've been saving up money. Doesn't look quite right.
The next shuttle is approaching the station.
What are they doing up there?
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart. Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
Interesting. Hey, how's it go, man? Ooh, I see someone in chat. Hold on a second. Marcus Bellius.
Oh, hello, stranger. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Ish.
Ish. Oh, what's the ish?
Well, you know, I tried to burn my foot off with the sun last week.
Ah, well, it's been hot enough to try.
So, and you know, it was okay for a while. It was like the top of my foot, like a super bad burn. And then, like 4 or 5 days later, right when I got home, it decided to just all peel off. It hurts like hell. I can't. I tried to wear socks and shoes today, and you know, eventually just had to, you know, like give up. So yeah, but aside from that, and like if I put it like all the way on the ground, it just throbs. You know, so
oh, that sucks.
So I'm just, you know, that part, but everything else is great. So how about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's been a wild ride for the last couple of months. A lot has changed at my work, and then I've been doing a lot of traveling and stuff. So hard to find some good chunk of time to get back into the game here. But things are settling down a bit, so I'm seeing some quiet times coming. So it's good.
Fantastic. I mean, I guess it's always good to be gainfully employed and busy too, right? There's
a double-edged sword.
Yeah, there's an upside to that. So,
yeah,
you know, I was watching things pile up as I was on vacation at work, and I'm like, they literally can't do this thing that they want to do until I get back. So, you know, at the very least, I'm needed for that thing, right?
It's always nice having some of that job security, you know, where they just can't do it without you.
So, but and I think I figured it out what I need to do to fix. It's not really, there's nothing broken. It just doesn't fit what we want to do right now, you know. So I think I got it figured out. So I'm adjusting some multi-factor authentication sign-up stuff to keep the help desk from getting overwhelmed as we roll out some new stuff. And so I think I got it worked out. So
Nice. It's always good to have the vision, and then you'll have to see if you can actually implement it and if it works in real life.
yeah, exactly. So, and it really just it comes down to just a couple little check boxes here and there, but you know, I figured out where they were. So
That's the hardest part.
you know, it's always that I can't. It was a friend of mine, actually, the person that introduced me to Star Citizen. He worked on. He was a nuclear submarine engineer in the Navy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was a really cool guy. And yeah, he talked about you know, like there's this guy that comes here, like nobody could figure out the problem with the submarine or whatever. There's something wrong with one of the engines or the generator, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
And you know, they spent all this time and money on all these engineers, and this old guy who's about ready to retire comes in. You know, he's like a contractor, gets paid $1 gazillion an hour.
Like a consultant, yeah.
Right. And he basically just goes in there and picks up a wrench and bangs on the machine. Right? And then it works.
He's like Micah from Heroes. He just gets close to technology and it works.
Yeah, exactly. I get accused of that, of being like a technopath.
Yeah, me too.
Every once in a while, where, you know, like a good friend of mine that would, when he was working on something, he would just say, "Chad, I need you to come over here." Why? What's going on? He says, "I just need you to stand here next to this server while I do this thing."
Physical proximity will prevent the issue from happening.
That's right.
I love it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, sometimes it's you know, you get paid, you know, not because it's because you know his whatever, you know, his 50,000 hours working on these machines. Like, he just knows almost instinctively, like, oh, it's doing this? Well, yeah, here's your, you know, you just got to shake the, there's this one, there's a ball bearing that's not working in this piece right here, and if I just bang it the right way, it'll fall back into place. And
love it.
You know, whatever. It is just, yeah. and why does he get the big bucks? Because he could just walk in there and fix it, like they're psychic or something. So
yeah. Oh,
that's why I think the opposite side to that is the imposter syndrome.
Right.
Where you're just like, I'm just the idiot that comes in there and bangs on shit. I don't know anything.
I think we all go through that though in like cycles. I know whenever I get a new job, you know, I super excited and I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna kill it. And then I get in there, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm a fraud. They're gonna figure it out. And then eventually you get your handle on things and you're good to go. And then you change your roles or you go to a new position. You're like, here I go again, faking it till I'm making it.
Yep. So lots of be careful out there. If you're in game right now, just be careful.
I heard there's some people can steal stuff from you when you're alive now, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of strange hacks going on right now. So there evidently there's a hacking tool that came out at the beginning of the year. And there's
with so many people invested so much money into this game that they wouldn't stand for that, but here we are.
Well, and you know, a lot of it I think comes down to just being able to turn off the anti-cheat tool.
Right. Apparently, I did. You know, it's funny. I don't read a lot all the time, but like I seem to be reading the right stuff. Apparently, you can do a command line prompt to change the because it's a soft validation. So if you change a value, it fails the server check, but it loads you in then with no security measures in place.
Right. Because this is typical, right? If easy anti-cheats infrastructure goes down. So think about this for a second, right? If it can't talk to easy anti-cheat, no one can play their games.
Yeah, it's like a CrowdStrike kind of. If it's down,
Right.
everybody's down.
And so you have to decide, and maybe for alpha, maybe they just thought, it's okay, right? And also, the only way to play it on Linux is to turn off anti-cheat, and you do the same thing. And the only way to get VR stuff working is to turn off anti-cheat. Otherwise, easy anti-cheat blocks all that.
Really?
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So there's some other reasons why they have a soft fail like that. But I mean, much like all security, being an IT and a security guy, all security is just a suggestion. there's no real security. It can all be gotten around if someone
Circumvented.
yeah, right. I mean, everyone's like, lock your doors, don't forget to lock up your house. They're just gonna go through a window if they want.
That's
someone
right.
wants to
They
get in
really
your
want
house.
in.
They're in your house. There's nothing that you could do to stop. I don't spend an iota thinking about that, because I just know, just come through my door. Don't break my windows. Just come on through, right? You need food or places to, whatever. Just come on in. It's fine. Whatever. It hasn't happened. And that's not necessarily like, a luck thing necessarily. It just, it's a percentage thing. But yeah, same with your car. They went in your car, like nobody. They went in your car to get the stuff that's in your car. Most car break-ins are like that, right? They're not trying to steal your car. They're trying to steal your laptop bag and all the change that you have.
That's why you just got to make yourself as least attractive so that someone else is more attractive, right? Like, don't keep your change in a cup. Like, I'm not locking, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just not leaving things open, because they're going to look in the window and move on to the next easy target.
Right. You got to put your bag in the back where they can't see it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, because they're just going to bust the window open. They don't care. Yeah. So security is a many splendored thing, and it's all an illusion. Yeah, so hopefully they say that they've got some of the stripping part fixed, where they could just strip all your stuff off.
Okay.
So, we'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Have you had a chance to fight the Valacar yet?
No, I've been so busy. Of course, I was on vacation for all last week, and then, yeah, just like a lot of stuff with the kids.
Yeah.
And shocker, don't tell anyone this. I'm totally broadcasting this live on YouTube. Don't tell anyone this. But and Rutrow, close your ears. Because I know he's listening. I played a couple other games in the last 2 weeks with my kids. So
Nice.
but yeah, so I got on with my son. He's been playing Baldur's Gate like crazy, and
cool.
And he really enjoys that. So I got on for a while with him, and then I mean, he's just played that game into the ground. I think he'll come back to it eventually, but he's found yes, Rutrow says gasp. But he found an old classic game, City of Heroes.
Oh, nice.
And there's some servers up that you can, because they took the the real servers down, like, you know,
Right.
12 years ago, probably by now. Maybe not quite that, but it was, you know, it was a while ago. But that is a fun game, and has a great character creator. Like billions of combinations of, you know, clothing, suits, body styles, all kinds of stuff like that. So I made my old character that I used to play in City of Heroes was called Sergeant Charge. And you know, he had this big red, white, and blue suit. And he could fly, you know, because the suit had, you know, like Iron Man flying kind of stuff. And
Right.
And he, you know, he could shoot electrical bolts out of his arms, his hands and stuff. And then because we watched the new Superman movie is coming out next week.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm kind of I'm a comic book freak. I actually don't like the Superman comic. Most of the Superman comics aren't that good to me.
Okay.
Some of them are, some of them are not. Right? It's just very, you know, Superman is an extremely hard character to write for.
Right.
But I've been a huge fan of the Christopher Reeves Superman, especially the first two movies, my whole life, because I was like 9 years old when they came out. That was like very formative, you know, Superman and Star Wars.
Right.
Kind of, you know, that was a good time to be a kid. And I was not very pleased with the future incarnations of Superman after that. You know, Brendan Routh was actually, I think, a good casting of it, but the movie was eh. And then I think Henry Cavill was also very good. He's a fantastic actor, and he's like a super geek, super nerd. Like, I think.
Yeah, he was The Witcher, right?
Yeah. But the thing is that I think Schneider, you know, who directed that and, you know, Justice League and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think he understands Superman at all, like 0%. So I actually walked out of that movie pissed. I'm like, I don't know what that was, but it wasn't Superman. So I'm very intrigued to see if they truly. I have a feeling that this incarnation they actually understand the character better. And if you do Superman right and you understand the character properly, that's the best way to write it, because you know, he has the expected problems that you would think, you know, people think Superman doesn't have problems, but he does.
Right.
You know, and it's, you know, it's because of the situation that he's in, and because of how he was raised, right? And those two things can clash sometimes. So I'm hoping they get it right. So anyways, I was listening to an interview between the guy that plays Lex Luthor, who played the Beast in the some of the X-Men movies.
Yeah. Okay.
Holtz,
Class or whatever, right?
Yeah,
I think
Holtz,
it was.
Yeah. So he's a fantastic actor. And then David Cornsweet, who I haven't really seen in anything that he's done, but he certainly fits the part. He's like 6'4".
Wow.
Physically. But they got the cast and some crew together, and they watched the Superman documentary that Will Reeves, Christopher Reeves' son, worked on. It came out, I think, last year. And, you know, as a cast. And they kind of, you know, I was like, that's really kind of cool that they would do that. And you know, David Cornsweet leans over to Holtz in, you know, during part of the documentary. A lot of it is talking about, you know, parents and siblings, fathers and sons. You know, and how you're, you know, a lot of times you're the same as the parent, you know, that you didn't appreciate as much, right? You know, you didn't get the approval. You know, you got cast as Superman and your father didn't approve, right? Right. You're like, really? Like, what? You know, what else do I got to do? But you know, his dad was a very powerful force in his life, and you know, he didn't always get that kind of approval. He had very high expectations, you know, it turned out that he didn't really understand the value of that until, you know, he's a quadriplegic and he couldn't do what he thought he was supposed to be doing as a father. He actually had to just pay attention to them as people.
Interesting.
And stuff. And so Gordon Swift leans over to Holtz and just says, "Dude, I can't wait to meet your kids." And they're telling that story, and I was just like, all right, you know, I think maybe, you know, maybe they get it, right? You know, because Superman is very much like right, I got two sets of parents. I've got, you know, and you know, there's this clash between my Kryptonian side and my human side, and how does all that, you know, rectify itself? And it was just really cool to, and so that got me really like jazzed to see the movie. And then I've been avoiding watching that documentary because I just didn't feel like ugly crying at this time in my life. Because there's been like two, because I'm not like a huge like celebrity follower. I love movies. Love movies and, you know, all that good stuff. But I'm not like a, you know, a super fan of a particular celebrity or something like that.
Right.
But the two celebrities that I cried when they died were Christopher Reeves and Jim Henson. So I was like, well, okay, so now I have to watch it if we're gonna go see the movie, the new Superman movie. We have to watch this. So we did. I made it pretty much to the end before, you know, I really kind of broke down, because they used this one shot from Superman of him kind of doing a flyby, and then he just like flashes a smile, like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Superman," you know, whatever.
Nice.
And it's just so like, it's such an iconic thing, and to see him, you know, having seen him throughout the documentary, just, you know, physically decimated and struggling, you know, to just get off the breathing, you know, a breathing machine, which he was never able to do.
Yeah.
Right. And to see how hard he worked on that, and then to also see him change as a person. You know, it was just, and then, you know, and then they flash, you know, him in his prime doing the flyby smile, and I just lost it.
Aw.
But it's all good.
He fell off a horse, right?
Yep. Yeah. You know, half an inch one way and he would have been fine. Half an inch another way, he would have probably died instantly. So
crazy stuff. So yeah, so that's good. So you're excited. You got tickets already? Are you gonna see it in a special theater or in like IMAX or anything?
No, just we have a theater nearby us that we like to go to, and my wife's got one of those like coupon books for
Nice.
One of our friends who's on a, you know, high school football team, you know, fundraiser kind of a thing.
Right.
So she's got she can get tickets for like $9 through that.
Oh, wow.
Which is like a fantastic deal.
Yeah, really.
And it's an AMC theater in a little mall area nearby us. That's a LEED certified building. So it's
okay.
It was, you know, it was built using a lot of recycleds. It has, you know, improved cooling and heating systems and electrical chargers out front for cars, and kind of, you know, it's like a neat place, and I like supporting
Nice.
places that do
Welcome to the ASOP.
any business that's going to try and do a LEED certified building. I'm all for. So try and put my money where my mouth is.
insurance claim has been sent.
They don't do a lot of malls anymore. They don't build them too much. But if they were, that's how they should do them, is with all that new technology and stuff.
Yeah. When this one's like an outdoor mall, which is unusual.
Okay.
Unusual in the northern climates. But yeah, it's kind of anchored by a Costco, and yeah, it's a nice little outdoor mall, bunch of restaurants and a couple shops, and it's like a J.C. Penney's or something nearby there or something. I never go there, which is why they're going out of business practically.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your insurance claim has been sent. Your vehicle has
I
been
have no
moved to
video
authorities.
input. Where's my video
Your
gone?
vehicle
I'm
has
still
been
connected.
moved
My
to
video just
authorities.
dissipated.
Please visit us
No.
again.
So weird. I still hear my ship moving through space and everything. All right, let me try a reboot and see if I can get this monitor back. One sec.
Alrighty.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle, please visit us again.
How's it going?
Hey there, monkey.
Y'all have fun in the camping?
I did, except for when I tried to burn my foot up with the sun.
Yeah, that can happen. My oldest brother and a friend of his did that when we were down in Florida one time. And then the next day we went to Disney World. They were not happy campers.
Yeah, I can't. I wore my socks and shoes for till about 3:30, and then I couldn't stand it anymore.
Going doom buggy riding.
Yeah, I'm just loading up the ship. I think we're gonna spend some time in Pyro. So, loading up a few things. Gonna need to put some butter on this box.
Where's the shoehorn?
There we go. Ish. Did you find any solutions around your,
All right.
Hey, Marcus. He's back. And better than ever. You find any solutions for your weird freight problem, Malaki?
Nope. There were no workarounds.
Just poof, huh?
Well, I mean, the stuff is there. You just can't sell it at the TDD.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried it at Orson, and I've tried it at Lorville. And I've seen it. They've had it at other places too. So I just said, I'm not loading it back up again. So I guess I'll just miss out on that at about $1 million worth of RMC and CM stuff. So no big deal.
Uh-oh. That was a little delayed.
Engines off.
Ava, prepare for takeoff.
Contacting docking control. Commencing launch sequence. Powering up the ship. Systems ready. Lights on. Power to shields and engines. 100% impulse. Targeting defaults set. You have the con.
He's back again.
You there, Marcus?
He may be still having problems.
Oh, I think I'm back.
Oh yeah, I hear you now.
There he is.
Launch sequence complete. Caution, overhead collision.
Ava, let's get underway and head to standard orbit.
Retracting landing system. Preparing quantum mode. 100% impulse. Direct ship to 90 degrees for max thrust in 3, 2, 1.
Wow, that was weird.
Max engines. 10-second boost.
Like the whole ship
Full
turned
trim.
off for a second.
Boost off.
Trying to get comfortable in my gaming chair. I have my foot up on this little stool. I actually got Wyatt when he worked up his knee last fall. Now I'm using it. But it's not quite tall enough for me. If I push it forward a little bit. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Are you using pedals? I guess that makes it difficult.
No pedals. I generally do not use. I don't have pedals, but I'm not a. I have ginormous feet. And I just don't think that pedals are comfort sized for me.
Right.
And you got them in a 14 double wide. So that's a little bit better. Ava, navigate to Pyro Gateway.
Navigating to Pyro Gateway.
I set my spawn in Pyro this time. It's pretty gloomy out here. I kind of miss the brightness of standard. Everything feels like it was made by Drake.
Truth.
Quantum travel engaged.
I thought I'd go out there and do some exploring, and there's nooks and crannies I haven't been to yet. And it's a free fly, so I figure it'll be, you know, a little bit farther away from the chaos, maybe. Don't know if that'll really be the case or not, but
Yeah, I keep threatening to go and pop between those ASVDs or AS or whatever the new sites are, and try to get some of the cards and stuff. I just haven't made it over there yet.
yeah, I might try that later in the week.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel complete.
A lot of ships just dead out here. haven't jumped in a while.
It's like riding a bike.
Yeah. Made it.
And the crowd goes wild.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Yeah, the question is, where do I want to go?
Just take a stir to the right and straight on till morning.
Shields on.
We're just doing Foxwell missions out here.
Where'd you set your spawn in at, Marcus?
I think about checkmate.
Checkmate?
Shield off.
There's one thing that I need to do. Let's turn that on. Go.
I'm doing one of those missions where you gotta like hide in a like a scrambled area. It's pretty cool. These are pretty cool.
Yeah, the stealth ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You have to learn to be patient. Sometimes, like, you start getting shot before you're allowed to leave the area. That's happened to me a couple of times where I'm like, wait, I haven't been told I can leave the area even yet. Someone's shooting at me? That's not fair.
Yesterday I had one I was jumping into and it failed me. And I'm going, what? I'm not even there yet.
Oh.
Quantum travel complete.
Never tell which way is up.
I usually have to look for the little hangy down parts or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, everything's fine. There's no fire.
Shield on.
We have a final approach.
Landing
Initiated.
weapons engaged. Shields up. 100% impulse. Combat mode enabled. You have the con.
Hey, kiddo. What? So evidently my daughter's ear's been bothering her. She got a ear infection from all the swimming we did on vacation. We're just a wreck. We're just a wreck.
You're falling apart.
She can't hear, I can't walk. Ava, gear down.
Deploying landing system.
Caution. Front collision. Landing gear down.
Oh shit. No, 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 no.
Caution. Deck collision.
Ooh. doors tried to get me. That was scary.
Landing successful. Landing successful. Systems off.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to authority authority. Please visit us again.
So did you say there's a free fly on right now?
Yep.
Ooh, which ships?
I don't even know.
Red, the Zulan, Fury, ALX, and one or two other ones. I forget.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think there's
Gotta go
8
check that out.
total.
Oh, nice, nice.
You should see them on your terminal.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Oh, it's not working. What's going on there?
box. Feel better? Save.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance claim has been sent. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been delivered to the store. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been please visit us again. Goodbye.
How's the dojo? Eva Impulse 5.
5% impulse.
Ava, prepare for takeoff.
Contacting docking control. Commencing launch sequence. Powering up the ship. Systems ready. Lights on. Power to shields and engines. 100% impulse. Targeting defaults set. You have the con.
Ava, full maintenance.
Opening damage report. Repairing. Restocking.
Oh, they're all...
Refueling.
That screen is still broken.
Quantum fuel at 100%. Launch sequence complete. Caution, overhead collision. Contact received.
Ava, let's get underway.
Retracting landing system.
Landing gear up.
Alright, I'm gonna do a Citizens for Prosperity mission. Jackson
Nice.
swap.
Shields off. Quantum travel engaged.
Ava display info 4.
Quantum travel complete.
Ava display info 0.
Caution. Port collision. Caution. Port collision.
Ava, secure the ship.
Max shields. Toggling thrusters. Completed.
All right, boys. I think that's it for me tonight. Just a bit of a warm up. Get the bones going again.
Nice. It was good to hear from you,
All right,
man.
have a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
See you soon.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
I'm gonna try and do this mission and then go put my foot up.
Hopefully the sunburn will get over real fast.
Yeah, it's not the well, everything peeled like the last 2 days, so it's all just raw skin.
Yeah. And I can tell you from experience, getting the top of your legs burnt is not very fun either.
Mm-mm.
Terminal land systems. System check.
Oh boy. Ava, patch me up.
Healing. Selecting consumable.
Ava, patch me up.
Healing. Selecting consumable.
Hey, Rich.
What's up, gents?
Rooster.
Not much. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Playing my silly driving game.
Nice.
Which driving game is that?
It's called Drive Beyond Horizons. There's like, in the version that I'm running right now, there's like 10 vehicles. You got a pickup truck, a big delivery truck, a couple different vans, Mustang, GTR, Volkswagen Golf, different things. In my first attempt, I was doing like train of vehicles because you can tow. And I've learned that takes the fun out of the game because you're constantly having to look at all the cars behind you to make sure they're not smashing into shit. So I'm starting a new run, no more than 3 vehicles, and I found the 3 vehicles that I want to work on right now. So
Cool.
I just don't want to take the chance because I'd be that one person that would lose all my like rep and money and shit like that if I logged in. The hackers would get me. Nah, I'm just not gonna do it. I already know a couple people that have been affected by it, so I just like, I just. God. Hope I can make it up this hill. How's the inventory been acting today?
Mostly okay for me. A little slow a couple times, but Oh boy.
That first step's a doozy.
Something like that. I can't even jump over there. It keeps on going on the, It keeps on jumping up on the ladder. That's dumb. What the okay. This is just a death sentence. Oh, I got it. Nothing that interesting.
Gentlemen, I think I'm gonna call it a night.
All right, have a good one, Maki.
You have a good one.
Y'all do the same.
There are not very many video games that are able to give me vertigo. Sometimes this game.
Doing a good job.
But this tower is ridiculous. Okay, I did not walk on that dang ladder. Holy cow. And a whole bunch of gems and stuff.
What were you working on?
Hmm? What was it?
Working on. I wasn't watching the stream. What were you working on?
I was on Monax just doing like some assassination missions for the Citizens for Prosperity, which, you know, they don't think assassination missions are the greatest, but, you know, sometimes they literally say that in the thing. It's like,
Right.
sometimes you just gotta take out a guy, you know? Wait, I gotta fix myself. Ava, cast off and head to standard orbit.
Departure initiated. Shields up. Toggling thrusters. 100% impulse. You have launched thrusters for 10 seconds. Launch complete. Retracting landing system. Preparing quantum mode. 100% impulse. Direct shift to 90 degrees for max thrust in 3, 2, 1. Max engines. 10-second boost. Full trim. Boost off.
Eva, navigate to checkmate. Oh, what the hell is this? Not checkmate, right? It's it is checkmate. You have a warp factor 1.
Engaging quantum drive.
That was a nice, short, quick little adventure. Happy times.
Yeah, I really should get over do some pyro stuff one of these days.
Yeah, well, that's why I was like, all right. I'm gonna just stay I'm gonna stay as far away from traffic and people as possible. Pyro's not gonna have a lot of the free flyers in it. So I think there's only 23 people out here with me. Give a final approach.
Landing. Weapons engaged. Shields up. 100% impulse. Combat mode enabled. You have the con.
And made it home alive. Oh, yes, I just can't wait to go put my foot up. Oh, my God. Some more aloe on it. It was a big fat Greek wedding, but just spray some Windex on it. There's the grandpa who just, Windex fixed everything.
Yeah.
So either that or WD-40, right?
Or duct tape.
No duct tape on my foot. No, that would literally rip all the skin off. That would be painful. That just gave me shivers up my spine.
Make for a quick peel.
Yeah. Kind of hoping for a slower peel. But that didn't happen.
It's worse when it's like when you're burning up like mine was. It was blisters.
Yeah, that's mine was just.
And when those puppies went, that was it. There was nothing else I could do, and it was just that much worse.
Yep, that's what happened to me. There was a bunch of little ones, and then the next day it was just one big one. Like it all just merged together, and then Saturday it just said bye-bye. It was all gone. So now it's just they just got hamburger meat for a foot. It'll be fine. Another few days, some good aloe. Just throw a bunch of aloe on there, throw a Band-Aid on top of it.
Go outside in the sun, they say. Touch grass, they say.
Yeah, vitamin D, they said. Other than that, though, I just had a blast hanging out with the family and making it's just the food over a real fire, like in the middle of a grassy meadow, just doesn't get better than that. Smoke on meat, yum. So, but that's gonna do it for me tonight. I am going to go get some shut-eye and some rest and bathe in a vat of aloe. Have a good one, man.
See ya.